What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, we got some more fake news from the fake news narrative machine. Check this out, y'all. West Point is violating the First Amendment with a crackdown on professors, lawsuit says. Now, right off the top, this is a big, flashy headline. Oh, West Point. Oh, they're violating the First Amendment. Trump is going after freedom of speech, folks. Blah, 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 blah. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you read that headline and go, Trump's violating the First Amendment. He's attacking freedom of speech. But, if you read a little bit further into the news story here, and once again, it's set up like any other corporate press outlet. They're going to give you one side of it first. And then way down here at the end, then they're going to finally tell you the truth. And it's going to crash and just totally delete everything we have previously read. Watch this. The U.S. Military Academy at West Point is banning opinions by professors in the classroom and some books and courses in a crackdown that violates the First Amendment, a law professor at the military school said in a lawsuit Monday seeking class action status. And what they're telling you, they're giving that to you as statement of fact. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. Oh, so says this guy in a lawsuit. Well, it's an allegation. But they didn't say it was an allegation, did they? No, they said, this guy said it in a lawsuit. But they want to give you that first, because that's how they did it. The U.S. Military Academy at West Point is banning opinions by professors in the classroom and some books and some other nonsense. They didn't say that was alleged. They didn't say that, that they say this without evidence. None of those things. They said this for a fact, as if this is factual reality, folks. Tim Bakken, or Bakken, however you want to say it, filed a lawsuit in Manhattan federal court and named the school and its leaders as defendants. He said he wants to protect free speech and the right to academic freedom at an institution where he has flourished despite his public criticisms of the academy and the U.S. military. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of, get to look through the looking glass, if you will, into this person right here. Hang on, what do you mean, despite his criticisms of the academy and the U.S. military? Right? If it's enough criticisms, if it's significant enough for them to mention that in the news article, hang on just a second. How bad is this guy? And he works there? That's weird. And he's criticizing the school itself in the past, not just this specifically, but the way that was phrased. So it's as if this guy is just constantly railing against the U.S. military and West Point. I just wanted to throw that out there in case you guys missed it. Bakken also noted in the lawsuit that he has a contract with a publisher. Oh, is that so? There we go. For a book that is critical of some aspects of West Point and doesn't want to seek approval from the school's leadership prior to its publication because it is very likely such approval will be withheld. Oh, and I wonder why that is. This guy has a book deal that he knows for a fact that the school isn't going to approve of him tying himself to the school. That's fascinating. So now he's suing for stifling free speech. But watch. The lawsuit seeks class action status for West Point's civilian faculty members, believed to be more than 100 individuals, and a court order to stop restrictions on free speech, along with unspecified damages and legal fees. Oh, unspecified damages, huh? Oh, they're stifling your freedom of speech? I wonder how they're doing that. That's fascinating, don't you think? You think they're going to actually let you know? Watch, you'll see. Bakken's lawsuit said the school began to scrutinize faculty speech after a January executive order from President Donald Trump to carefully review the leadership curriculum and instructors of the United States service academies and other defense academic institutions. Hang on just a second. So Donald Trump ordered a review of pretty much the curriculum and everybody at the institution. And that is stifling free speech. Well, obviously it is, because they included that here in the news article. So it must pertain to this lawsuit, right? Right? Otherwise, why would you throw that in there? In February, the military academy at West Point issued a policy preventing faculty members from using the school's affiliation or branding in connection with any public comments or writings without the academy's approval, the lawsuit said. The lawsuit said the policy was to control, chill, and suppress faculty speech. Is that so? Well, hang on. Let's go back here in time just a second. In February, the military academy at West Point issued a policy preventing faculty members from using the school's affiliation or branding in connection with any public comments or writings without the academy's approval. And they consider that violating their freedom of speech. Nobody is stopping these people from speaking. You just can't tie yourself to the institution in that speech. That's not violating your speech, by the way. That is not the government doing anything to stifle speech at all. Folks, this is the entitlement of these professors at these institutions, and this person should be fired. Absolutely. This is a frivolous lawsuit that should be laughed right out of the courtroom. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, it has nothing to do with any writings or public comments that pertain to the school. It's any private speech, any public comments. They can't be tied to the school. Once again, folks, this dude's writing a book to profit off of, and then he wants to use the affiliation and or branding from the institution to make himself a little bit more money. And the administration doesn't want him to do that. I think there's some ethical issues with this professor or whoever this guy is writing this book, trying to tie it directly to the institution itself and then profit off of that. Don't you think there's some ethical concerns with that? I would think so. And in no world that is on this earth, at least, is that stifling anybody's speech whatsoever. But go back to that headline. What did that headline say? West Point is violating the First Amendment with a crackdown on professors. Does that sound like a crackdown to you? It sounds like they told professors you can't use the school when you write a book for making money off of. If you want to generate revenue for yourself outside of your salary, outside of the school, you can't use the school's name or its branding. Does that sound like stifling free speech, y'all? Like, once again, these people are insane. And the way the corporate press drums all this nonsense up is to make you believe Donald Trump is stifling freedom of speech. That should be an ethical violation that, honestly, if I was in charge of all this, that dude would be gone tomorrow. Absolutely. The lawsuit said the Academy in the spring withdrew books from its library, removed words and phrases from faculty members' syllabi, eliminated courses and majors, and threatened or punished faculty members for teaching, speaking, and writing without prior approval from the school. Oh, did they happen to miss something that they told us just a minute ago? Yeah, to make money off of, as a matter of fact. During the summer, the Academy removed information about faculty members, published books, articles, essays, and scholarship entries from all faculty members' web pages on the school's website, the lawsuit said. It also directed instructors not to express opinions in the classroom, it said. Yes, exactly. Okay, so you're there to teach military officers. That's what that school is for. You're teaching military officers. Why are your opinions pertinent to that goal, to that end? Why would your opinions mean a damn thing? Especially if it's against the institution. Especially if you're known to criticize the institution. What does that have to do with teaching officers how to be officers, for crying out loud? These people are insane. The entitlement is just next level on this. As a professor of law, plaintiffs' inability to express opinions on the subject matter being taught is stifling and disruptive to the educational process, the lawsuit said. It added that he no longer would be able to express to students whether a major or dissenting opinion is persuasive and why. Fascinating. Why is that pertinent to anything? Teach them the material. I'm just saying. Once again, it's not like they're going to stifle somebody's opinion if you have an opinion based upon the source material that you're teaching. How would anybody know any difference otherwise? And once again, if you give both sides, if you give your opinion and then you give like an opposing opinion, what is wrong with that? Not a damn thing. These people believe that their First Amendment rights are getting stifled. Well, hang on just a second. You're at the facility to do a damn job. You're not there to engage with students on your own worldview, for crying out loud. To indoctrinate students with your own BS. That's not why you're there. You're there to teach them a class. You're there to teach them how to do something. You're not there to fill their heads full of BS that's irrelevant. I'm just saying. That's the problem with colleges, classrooms these days. These teachers. They want to teach their ideology to these students instead of teaching the curriculum. I think this is a good move. Because it's not stifling any free speech at all. It just says, hey, hang on just a second. When you get out there and make public comments, you can't tie yourself to the institution. That's it. Like there's many, many companies out there that have NDAs that disallow you from connecting yourself to that company in anything private. That happens all the time, folks. Do we get First Amendment violations from that? Well, you kind of can't in that instance, but you know what I'm saying. The military academy did not immediately return a request for comment. Bakken, a civilian professor of law in the academy's Department of Law and Philosophy for the last 25 years, is the longest-serving law professor in West Point's history and has written extensively, including books, articles, and essays, along with appearances on podcasts, radio, television, the lawsuit said. And what is that? How is that relevant to the lawsuit? According to the lawsuit, he traveled with U.S. soldiers to Kabul in 2007 during the war in Afghanistan and created the Department of Law at the National Military Academy of Afghanistan. He seeks class action status for West Point's faculty and a court order to stop restrictions on free speech. Well, hang on. Sure, give him that court order, but nothing you listed in that damn lawsuit has anything to do with stifling people's speech. At all. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. But it is what it is, folks. And I love this, folks. These people are going insane. They think that because Brendan Carr made some off-the-hand comments and Jimmy Kimmel got fired, which, by the way, he's back on. They're bringing him back, apparently. So how's that working out for you guys? Like, I just saw that headline a little while ago. ABC's bringing him back. He's going to be back on TV doing his thing. They're bringing him back. So how'd that threat from Brendan Carr work itself out? All you people that out there that were railing against the Trump administration for stifling free speech? Oh, they're standing up to the big bad bully government, huh? Oh, is that what it is? It has nothing to do with his ratings, right? Yeah, they're willing to get their license pulled over one man's freedom of speech. Yeah, try to sell that to somebody else, by the way. You guys are lunatics, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, by the way. But I just love this idea that these people, they're getting out there and they're railing against the Trump administration. Oh, it's a big bad fascist daddy over here, just taking freedom of speech away from everybody and giving it to his own side. Blah, 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 blah. I love every single minute of it because all of it is divorced from reality. None of it makes any sense. And these people are just lying. That's all they're doing is lying. It's just lies, 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 lies. Most of it you can debunk the lies with just common sense. Logic. Which is fascinating. It's like kind of doesn't make any sense, does it? How can you debunk a lie with common sense? But I do it all the time. It is what it is, right? But I think I've rambled on for long enough. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. I was laughing when I was reading this, by the way. I was just like, oh my god, these people are insane. The entitlement's off the charts. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button, by the way. Subscribe if you're new around here. Share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. That would be great. Also, if you click that join button, sign up, become a member. That would be even better. I'll tell you that. But you guys remember that God is always with us. And He loves each and every one of you out there. So y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.